Hello guys, welcome to the stream. Today we're gonna look at Vellith versus Diabolo in round 2. This is the last remaining game in the quarterfinal and also one of the most awaited game, at least for me, because both Vellith and Diabolo are rated around 1400 in 1v1, so this is going to be a close game. After that, whoever wins will meet Magma in the semifinals. And after this game, we'll have 4 sets of games left before we can conclude the winner. So without any delay, let's get into the game. Also, Vellith and Dominique or Diablo, it would be good for you guys not to chat in the middle of this game just so that to avoid any spoilers. So yeah, make sure Vellith and Diablo do not chat for this game. Or anytime there's any game being played, the players should refrain from chatting to avoid spoilers. Alright, so let's go. We have the first map here. To nobody's surprise, this is Mega Random, which looks a lot like Mongolian Heights. That's strange. I hope this was picked as Mega Random. Okay, so this is not Mongolian Heights because we can see that there are 3 sacred sites on Mongolian Heights. There's only 2 sacred sites, but still looks a lot like a specific map, a pre-generated map. On this side, Diablo opening with the gold mine directly. This is one of those builds which means early wheelbarrow for the French player. On the other side, Vellith is opening with lumber camp, no hunting cabins. So this is a build that means a faster a faster second city, a second town center. Both of these are going for very much economic builds. Diablo has already started clearing out the deers for on his side. There are, well, there's 2 deer patches on Diablo's side, and there's 2 deer patches on Vellith's side. Vellith has found both of these, and he's going to clear one by one. Let's look at the boar, because boar is going to be an interesting one for this game, especially for Roos. Boar is in the meta. Boar hunting not only gives Roos all the food, the 2000 food, but they also get the bounty. Let's look at the amount of bounty that Vellith has collected. 145 bounty for him, so he has reached tier 1. Tier 2 is where you should be aiming at least, and tier 3 is of course amazing if you can get to that. It is hard to get to tier 3 in many games, especially in 1v1s. There's not just that many. Whoa, three wolves on chasing the scout for Diablo. Okay, I just thought for a second that it was Vellith. But yeah, 3 wolves chasing Diablo, not Vellith. And if Vellith was to scout a little bit here, he would find those. But yeah, very good job by Diablo. He's got the 3 wolves. That is, each wolf is about 25 gold. So he's denying 75 gold to Vellith here. Meanwhile, Vellith is getting a lot of sheep, and each sheep is worth 5 gold. I'm just trying to think if Vellith is going to run out of sheep in the back of the base, but I think he's got just enough here. He's going for the fastest castle possible, so he can put down that landmark, the Golden Gate. I think Vellith has lost out on a lot of wolves. Let's see if there's any wolves left on this island. Nope, I cannot find any wolf on this island. Luckily for Vellith, he did get a lot of sheep. But yeah, wolves, they become a chunk of the gold income. Oh, there's just 2 wolves that Vellith found. That's great. That is great. And I don't see Diablo coming here. Actually, there's another gold. There's another wolf on the other side, and there's another wolf here. So if Vellith was to scout this island, he has the potential to find 2 more wolves. So yeah, that's a 210 bounty, and he needs 40 more bounty to reach tier 2. For Vellith's build order, actually he has just 8 sheep. That means 40. Yeah, that's exactly 40 bounty. So he will reach tier 2, that's for sure. Early wheelbarrow for Diablo. Yeah, he got the early wheelbarrow going up with 4 minutes with 4 villagers. 8, 2, and 4. Decent amount of villagers on gold. That I am expecting some heavy French raid, just as what French does normally. He's also switched to deers at the earliest. I think it's always good to switch to deers if you can, because right now hunting gives you a lot more food than gathering from sheeps. And also, as French, I think one of the best things about being French is that you are very confident with not getting attacked early on, because you are the ones that are setting the pace of the game. You are the one going out with aggressive gameplay. So I think it's very much possible for French to just go outside of their main base and start hunting. On this side, Vellith has placed a wooden fortress. The wooden fortress provides this extra capacity for wood. So every villager now returns 12 wood instead of 10 wood, which is obviously very good. So it's really good for it's like having a Chinese imperial official supervise your lumber camp, because that also provides you with 20% more resource. On this side, Vellith has already got one purchase of the stone. The problem is he did not get enough bounty, and again the problem with that low bounty is he does not have the gold to buy the extra stone. I think so his will order has got stuck a little bit here, because right now he can buy another set of stone, but he just does not have the gold for it. So that is going to be a problem for him. On the other side, first knight is coming out. Vellith has the site. Vellith knows about this, and very very nicely placed scout for Vellith. He knows about knight. He knows about the gold position, and he knows about this. So if Vellith was to transition to his own knights, he should be able to get some of these kills. Now, very risky, very risky. Oh, whoa! These guys just crossed each other. Vela did not see that. I mean, Vela did not see that, and I think Diablo clearly did not see that. Another knight coming. Is this the only entrance? No, this is not the only entrance, but Vela needs to be very quick. He cannot be dozing off here. Diablo finds his villager, but he is not reacting. At least for now, he is not reacting. Oh, bro. Oh, gonna hurt very bad. This is gonna hurt very badly for Vellith. Oh, man. That is 6 villagers. None of them dead yet, but Diablo is targeting the weak one. And the first spike is coming in. Vellith has successfully walled this area, which is obviously very good for him. Vellith also has another villager on this side. He actually sent villagers on both the sides. He is planning to wall these off. And poor scout will die without making any difference in this life to a knight. On the other side, the knight has made it inside the base. There's actually a few kills for... There's 4 kills for Diablo. Vellith has killed 1. I don't know what Vellith killed. Maybe he killed a Royal Knight. But yeah. And Diablo is waiting. He's waiting here. He knows that there is a lot of hunts over this side, so Vellith will probably come here. Diablo is also waiting on the other side with another cavalry. Very nice walling over here. We'll make sure that... Oh, bro, this is a problem. This is a big problem for Vellith, because... Okay, he actually did get a second TC, but the French has also got a second TC, and when it comes down to 2 TC race between French and any other civ, except Chinese with the Song Dynasty, French have a faster production. The French villagers are being produced at 17 seconds, while the regular Rus villagers are produced at 20 seconds. So even with this second TC build, the Rus player is behind in villager production, not to forget that he has lost many villagers. Economy wise, similar ecos, slightly better wood income for Diablo, actually a lot better gold income for Diablo. Vellith is taking over, and I think initial plan for Vellith was to put his town center over here where he can start collecting from these carcasses, but this knight was there in just the perfect time. And again, this brings me to the power of French. French are the ones who set the pace of the game, and there's very little you can do about it. Two RC ranges are here. Steel the Arrow coming, and Siege Engineering coming. There's a wooden fortress in the middle. I like what Vellith is doing here. He is making sure he has good vision around this area. He even sees this mill. I think if Vellith was to go a little aggressive. Oh, this is the best utilization of this knight. This knight is almost dead, but it'll still kill a villager. Yeah, not been a very good game for Vellith so far. He has lost a lot of units. And Diabolo has had knights all over the map, harassing Vellith. A third range coming here, and I think Diabolo is going for somewhat of a very aggressive play here. No, this is a fourth range. I don't even know if he can sustain this production, but that's a fourth range, and he's going to be playing this out with a lot of wood villagers, 24 wood villagers. Horticulture coming. Would be a good time for double broadaxe as well if he had that many villagers on woodcutter camps. Ooh. If Vellith puts these villagers inside this, yeah, this knight might die. This knight should die. Yeah. Okay. This knight, one kill. Food income wise, Vellith is getting a lot more than Diabolo, where the wood income is more than double for Diabolo. So a lot of production from Diablo, and now he's getting two battering rams. Now normally I think this map is way too big, but at the same time, bro, you gotta stop sending these villagers without any cover. Number of villages Vellith has lost trying to evolve this is insane. On Vellith's side, he is on water, so that means now he gets to start some fishing ship production, and not to forget that the Laudia fishing ships are very good at doing their job. Let's look at the. I don't even know if you can see the villager count. Vellith has gone for the fast castle. Well, 12 minutes 50 seconds, not that fast of a castle, but it's earlier than Diablo's. Diablo is going very heavily on archers. Let's see if Vellith realizes. Vellith has so far not seen any archers based on this. Yeah, based on this wooden fortress, but he does see these two of these battering rams coming, and that battering ram means the wooden fortress will go down. Very likely, this dock will go down. And that means he's just going to have this. He only has a single Laudia ship out. I think it would be a good time to get all of these out here. Vellith realizes that this knight is still sitting here. He's going to two-shot this knight with these spears. Very good job. Let's look at Diablo. Is he also planning to age up? So far, no. Diablo is very heavily invested in wood. Yeah, that's a heavy investment in wood. Getting these archers. Vellith can see all these archers. In fact, I think this is great for Vellith. Like, he can see the kind of archer mass that Diablo is building, and that should let Vellith counter with his own units. Like, this would be a very good time for Vellith to switch into his knights or men-at-arms or something that counters archers. Right, back in the game, the Lordia ships are also going down. Now these archers are proving to be very useful. I think the problem with going for Lordia ships is it's that you don't there is no protection for wealth right now. So it's hard to protect these ships. And but the good part about the Ruse ships are that they don't need a dock to function. You just need to have these ships. Then they drop their food, I don't know, in the air, and the civilization receives it. Villager count looks great for. I think Diablo is already close to 100 villagers. See, 83 economic units versus 66 economic units. That's a lead of about 17 villagers. Well, it is going to collect some of these relics, and I always say collecting relics is like adding villagers to your gold income because each relic is worth 100 gold, which is approximately 2 villagers per worth of production. So if you're not producing villagers, well, by collecting relics, you are in a way adding villagers to your unit comp. That's a lot of units for. Oh, bro, is that? Did I just see spring gold emplacement? That was a spring gold emplacement, and Diablo is an age behind. But what Diablo has got right now is a mass of 51 archers. That's a lot of archers. Yeah, well, it actually needs sieges right now, and he has all these units that are not doing. I mean, that's a lot of villagers not doing anything. Well, Diablo seems to be in big trouble. 4 sieges, these 4 sieges, and these units are actually doing great against these man at arms. Almost they are two-shotting a man at arm, and this is before any upgrades. Once the upgrades drop in, 3 knights for Diablo. Well, its food income's still much better than Diablo's, but the problem is, yeah, a lot of his villagers are off food. Oh wait, Vellith also has knights, archers, of course. I have a feeling these might clear up all these archers. That's a lot of men at arms. That's 9 men at arms. Oh, and the knights here will sure clear. Yeah, they'll sure clear these archers. Once Diablo gets these upgrades, Diablo is not getting the upgrade. He's getting the Arbaletier upgrade, which is strange that because he does not have any Arbaletier. Must have been a misclick. 52 villagers on wood. That's a lot of villagers. I also gotta say that after the Mangonel nerf, this archer massing has become more common. Before, nobody would dare to make that many archers just because it's not viable. Your opponent could add 1 or 2 mangonels, and you could lose all of these in a cluster. So that's one of the big things that have changed since the mangonel nerf. The archer massing has become more viable for a game. Vellith has been very occupied with fighting this that he did not take this. His warrior monk reached here so early, but he still hasn't taken this. Let's look at the Golden Gate. He has 9 tickets. That's a lot of tickets. He could buy whatever he wants. He could be producing non-stop. The Golden Gate provides the ultimate flexibility. And he should definitely get the next range armor, keeping in mind how many archers. Yeah, that's a lot of archers that Diablo got. Vellith has got a lot of resources. He's his house. He has tons of resources to work with. Now there comes. Bro, how many rams are these? 8 rams coming. 8 rams. Some arbaletier in the mix. Again, this would be a perfect army to counter with mangonels. As of now, I do not see Vellith going with mangonels. I think everybody's just given up hope with the mangonels. Nobody thinks that they're viable yet. But again, with the Golden Gate, he could just buy the right resources to drop down one one siege workshop. It's a little surprising that this army does not has the archers are not upgraded. It's very surprising. I think this Golden Gate is going down, and all of that nice tickets that have been gathered are also going down with it. It's a strange move that, again, that the archers were not upgraded. There is a +2 attack armor. There's a +2 pierce armor. No pierce no attack move for you, bro. You okay? Well, it's forgetting a lot. Clearly, there's a lot happening in this game. He has got Vellith has got the second armor, but no steel arrows upgrade yet. Now it's going to be a different conversation whether this was worth losing 8 battering rams to grab 1 golden gate and 1 tower, but well, seems like it's maybe not a bad deal for Diabolo. Diabolo clearly has tons of wood in his pocket. 53 villagers gathering wood. And now this mass is slowly dwindling. The Arbiter Trier doing a great job clearing these men-at-arms. Again, would be good to get a steel arrow. But this mass, once it used to be a mass of 51 units, now it's down to a manageable mass. And with these men-at-arms, it's actually becoming somewhat manageable for Vellith. But yeah, getting that steel arrow, at least the steel arrow would be big for Vellith because he has had these archers shooting away at Diablo's units, but just every unit is not doing as much damage as it should. Diablo has captured the sacred side on this end, and I'm guessing he will be moving to another one. Wait, is he actually trading? Yeah, he is trading. That's not something you see a lot, but yeah, he has started putting some traders from his own market to this neutral market on the end. Both the neutral markets are on Vellith's side. You could say that's unfair because there is no neutral market on this end. And again, one thing that Vellith has been missing out is he has not done any aggression throughout this game. Bringing in 2 more relics. So far, Vellith has got one. He's got 1 relic. I mean, 2 relics, and he cannot store all these relics in this Abbey of the Trinity. He'll have to make another monastery soon. Hey, Sticky Hollow, this is Age of Empires 4, and you can buy it on Steam or the Microsoft Store. Income per minute, Diablo leading in almost everything right now. Diablo's got an insane food income. He has set up his farm food income by now, and he's also ready to make a switch into veteran Royal Knights. Yeah, looks like a lot of veteran Royal Knights will be coming out. Also ready to age up. I don't know if he'll be going with a red. Yeah, there comes a red keep. Red key being dropped right in the middle, and yeah, Vellith has been playing very defensively all this time. And the worst part is that Vellith does not know about the tech switch. Well, oh, the very nice wooden fortress. This is the first. This is going to. It could have been the first aggressive move from Vellith, but yeah, there's no way this is going up. Ooh. Yeah, that's a lot of ramps, man. 8 ramps, very hard to deal with that. Vellith just repaired this golden gate. If I was Vellith, I would just utilize all these tickets already because you don't know when you're gonna be able to utilize that. Diablo is at 200 pop cap, and Vellith has to bring out these warrior monks. Ooh, yeah, that did not work as well. Compared to that, Vellith's got a population of 126. He did lose some houses, but luckily he's not getting house capped. And I think this would be a time where GG can be called. Well played. Diablo setting the pace of the game from the beginning. Let me check the let me check the state that game again just so we can look at some stats. All right, here's our stats. In villager count, Diablo put down his second TC much sooner than Vellith. Was he had mishappening there with not having enough gold to get the second trade with the Golden Gate, and just slower second TC. And even with the second TC, I think Vellith he lost a lot of villagers compared to Diablo, who did not see any aggression throughout this game. Military counts was just. I think this is the time when Diablo lost all of his archers, and this was the closest that Vellith came to fighting with evenly with Diablo. And eco-wise, it was just insane. Big difference in food, 10,000 more wood and 5,000 more gold. That brings us to 1-0 in favor of Diablo. Give me a minute, guys. I'll get water and we'll start with game number 2. Here we are in game number 2. The map, actually, let's see, it looks like Lipany. So here we got Lipany, and Diablo has taken Abbasid. On the other side, Vellith has taken English. I know Vellith has been practicing a lot with English, and I can actually already see a specific build order being being utilized here. This was BCQT's recent build order. It's going to go for some early wheelbarrow and farms, and then proceed with aggression. On this side, Diablo's Abbasid. Abbasids have always been an aggressive civ. Always been considered one of the best with their boom because of the second TC, how fast they can get their second TC. Now, Abbasids, I think in the recent patch and the berry nerfs, Abbasids are not as good as they used to be, but I would still keep Abbasid in my one of my top civ list for sure. Early game, very similar. I think one scout or two scouts from the English player and a single scout from the Abbasid player. The good thing with Abbasid and Delhi both is that they don't need to carry these sheeps early on like other civs do. And also a nice harassment here. It will force. Oh, he could actually lose this. He could actually lose this. That's a problem. Bro, is he gonna lose this? He could have lost this. That English TC fires is nothing to play around with. Very good timing for Diablo. He's already aged. He's already aging. He's got a 235 when he clicked up. It's very decent timing. Vellith here is going for the slow farm boom and the wheelbarrow, but in the late game he's going to have a much robust economy, an economy that depends that's carried by farms where he does not have to venture out into the wild for deers or boars. So it makes it a lot safer for him. Now I'm curious how Diablo is going to react to that. Is Diablo just going for his second TC play, or does he have something else in mind, like his some aggression? Okay, Diablo did go for a wheelbarrow, so that means a slightly delayed fresh foodstuffs. Not that big of deal. Yeah, he can just force drop, and now he has enough for yeah he has enough for the fresh foodstuffs. This is the upgrade that gives Abbasid villagers to 50% cheaper production. It's a very nice upgrade. Even after all these changes to the other sets of things for Abbasid, this Fred food stuff meta is still not changed. It's just so strong to have 50% cheaper villagers. On this side, Diablo moving to gather some gold. I do think that his second TC build order is slightly messed up, but instead of 5:30, he's going to get his TC up at 5 minutes. But and on this bright side, he has got the wheelbarrow, just like the English player. Longbows are coming out for Vellith, and also archery ranges coming out from Diablo. That's a second archery range and the TC being dropped here. Whereas I can actually see those two archery ranges, so I think he's going to skip on producing. Yeah, he doesn't need to produce any barracks, right? Because if his opponent is not producing horsemen, then he doesn't need to worry about horsemen. Now this is a super forward berries and deers. While I love this, all these resources, I think Vellith could deny all that. And this is the point where the 2 TC production starts for Abbasid. Very sustainable, and very few civs have a counter to this. You could play aggressive, you could raid a bit, but apart from that, it's actually becomes difficult to fight this. Oh, one scout loss. Eco-wise, doing very similar, nothing too different. Diablo has killed one. I think that was the first kill of the game that we just saw. I gotta say, this is a very risky thing to go out with. Very risky thing. Two archers lost already, and especially so remember that these longbows from the English, Not only are these longbows better than the archers without any upgrades, on top of that, the network of castles bonus from the outpost, it makes these longbows even stronger. One villager lost, another villager dies. That was a smart move from Diablo. He was going to put it there, but that would just make him lose all of his villagers. Currently, 38 villagers for Diablo compared to 32 villagers for Vellith. So there's a 6 villager lead, not too big, but it will increase as the game goes. I'm surprised that these villagers have not been picked up yet, because this seems like a very easy target here. Arrow slits coming for Vellith. Whoa, more kills. Actually, some more kills. Yeah, if Vellith had moved here earlier, imagine the kind of damage he could have done, because he could have denied the whole, yeah, he could have denied this whole gold vein. And now the stone outcropping is actually being denied by Vellith. I mean, by Vellith. I don't think he has any spears. He just knows that his opponent is going full on archers. Diablo's plan for fighting longbows is to outproduce his archers, and with the kind of eco that Abbasids have, I think it's very much possible. He's getting the steel arrow. He's already got the iron undermesh. On the other side, the iron undermesh is complete, but oh, siege engineering instead of steel arrows. So Wes is also an Abbasid player, and I think he understands how strong the Abbasids can get over time. Here's a battering ram coming. Very, very nice one from Diablo, and also the fact that, yeah, it's great that Diablo does not even need siege engineering to get this ram out. Another great tower from Vellith. He's got a nice vision on Diablo and making the best use out of it, bro. This looks like a danger. That TC, I'm not able to find a lot of play times like how is Vellith going to survive that, especially the fact that there are these two outposts. There's a lot of villagers to die for Vellith. Oh man. "29 kills for Vellith." Diablo may have just done the best decision of his life by getting inside these rams, because these archers do minimal damage. This would actually be a very good time for Vellith to switch into. Yeah, Vellith could easily switch into some horsemen. He is doing that, but I don't see. Oh, this villager is got this villager. Man, this villager is doing way better than. Network of Castles bonus is out for Vellith. I would have to say that's one of the best achievements for Vellith right now. He's sending some eco-wise. Diablo still collecting a lot more food and a lot more wood. I'm curious, how is Diablo collecting that kind of food? Where is he? Oh, okay, so it's just all of the wood here, and his food income has been stopped somewhat. This TC is still helping him produce a lot of units. The battering ram here. Oh, and finally a horseman joined the battle. That's 24 units, 24 archers from Diablo compared only 12 from Vellith. Okay, I do think this is a great one. This is a great one for Vellith. I feel like it may be all right losing all these The number of villagers that he is picking off here is amazing. 63 kills, and Vellith will lose his mass, his fight here. But on the bright side, he's got plenty of kills. Just the number of kills is insane. Let's look at the number of villagers. 43 economic units for Vellith versus 54. Still 11 villager lead for Diablo. Two stables are already here, and there's five archery ranges. In a way, Abbasids are kind of hard to tower rush because if you are tower rushing Abbasid, you know that they have access to ramps almost immediately. Well, every other civ needs to get a blacksmith and then get that upgrade. There's a 6+1 attack compared to 5+1 attack, but the numbers for Diablo are very high. Also, not to forget that Diablo has got these 4 horsemen. I wonder if this would be a great time to have men-at-arms, because if Vellith had men-at-arms, those men-at-arms counter everything. No, no horsemen coming. Diablo has a lot of resources in the bank, and Vellith is utilizing everything he's got, and now Diablo is closing this gap by producing that many units. Looking kind of difficult. Vellith has a lot of stone, and I am not sure if he's going for a second TC or he's trying to do another tower rush. Diablo's he's already made up for all these units. He's got an additional set of 5 archery ranges and producing good amount of units here. 1800 food for him. And this looks like a switch for the next stage. It's clicked up, going for the military wing. With the military wing, he'll get the boot camp upgrade. He'll also get the camel rider shields. Both of these could be useful. I think against English, having men-at-arms and the camels is, I think it's a decent counter because English like to go for archers and, well, men-at-arms counter that. English also like to go horsemen, I mean not horsemen, knights, and camels are a great counter for that. did that horseman just try to light fire? Bro, I don't know what's going on here, but this is a very risky move from Vellith. He's completely in the dark. But at least he gets to run into Diablo's. Yeah, he gets to pick off some units. Currently, Vellith still got higher kills than Diablo. But he's gonna lose all of these units. And he killed 3 villagers. This is not that good of a deal. Yeah, better just start chopping down on these. These units don't mean much. 56 villagers versus 77 villagers. Vellith is also, I think Vellith is also ready to age up. And he clearly sees the switch to the men-at-arms here. He's gone with a white tower. While the King's Palace is a much better landmark, but I think I can understand why the white tower. Vellith knows there's a rush coming up. and it's just better. Wait, what happened here? What happened here? Did Vellith just delete his longbows? Why would he do that? A random battering ram out of nowhere, just here to die. I've been thinking a tower here would provide so much line of sight, right? Two mangonels, a lot of this is our classic Abbasid play with a lot of archers, a lot of men at arms. Let me see. Can you actually see that? No, you can only see what's happening at a sacred site if the sacred site is being captured. Well, it's gonna send. Oh wait, well, it now actually sees a lot of these units. So yeah, he should. I don't know if this is a good idea to send all these knights at the back, but he gotta survive this. It's a lot of units. That is a lot of units. Now, one thing that Vellith has got is he's got a stone to drop a castle. If he drops a castle, oh, whoa, whoa, whoa! Should have killed all of these. Okay, at least he's gonna get the mangonels, which is great. Always a good idea to get mangonels, but I'm finding it hard to think how Vellith will be fighting this part here. Vellith also made a monastery. I think he clearly wanted to get some aggression, some relics here. Well, it's heavily pop capped. Got the resources to make a lot of things, but yeah, this is like his eco is on a complete stop right now. I'm thinking, well, it's a defense to this could be the men at arms from English. They're perfect against these archers, and those are better men at arms than the Abbasid men at arms. I don't know how I did not realize that Vellith had a second TC as well. 200 pop cap Diabolo. Yeah, this is looking difficult to come back with. I do think that Diablo has dived too deep into Vellith's space, and his reinforcements are just going to get picked off. But just generally, Diablo has got too much damage now. Imperial is here. Well, Vellith better kill this. Even if he kills it, I'm finding it very hard for Diablo to lose at this point. Well, it still has higher number of kills. That's a decent amount of damage. It's not the end of the world, but it's still a decent amount of damage. Where are you guys going? Where are you guys going? Okay. Okay, so I gotta say that mangonels still work. Mangonels are not completely nerfed to the ground. But even if Vellith survives this, what's the point? Because yeah, even if he survives this, he has lost all of his eco, second TC. Meanwhile, I'm guessing, yeah, there's already a tech switch coming. Elite men at arms. Yeah, Vellith realizes that it's not gonna make much difference fighting this army. Very well played, Dominic, for this game. I think it was a clean victory in both the times. Vellith had his best opportunity to kill over here when he had those T3 outposts. He did not push into the second TC in time, and yeah, some of the mistakes were there. I think the second game was much more winnable. than the first game. Let's look at some stats for this game before we end the cast. That's a 2-0 for Diablo. Not that I did not expect such a clean victory here. Alright, here's our match history. Total unit count. Diablo actually had more units constantly, but because of the longbows and how strong longbows are, Diablo lost a lot of units early on. The villager count again, look at this, so many villagers lost at this point, but I'm also thinking that, well, it may have forgotten to produce villagers at some point, because I don't know if Diablo raided early on. So this flat line here, it's mostly just, well, it's not producing enough units. I mean, villagers. Eco-wise, again, a lot more food, wood. Vellith, as I said, Vellith had. You know what? So this could have been done. Now I'm just thinking, Vellith could have produced the King's Palace instead of White Castle, and he had the stone to drop down his own castle. Yeah, Dominique, the first night into his villagers where he was trying to build the TC, that was very lucky. But still, I think Vellith was he was concentrated in his base. He could not move out, and you guided that game very, very much. So yeah, good luck against Magma in the next round. I will update the scores soon. And that means we are into the semifinals now. Thank you all for watching, guys. I'll see you again later. Bye bye.